All right. Welcome to today's live hangout, and welcome if you're watching the replay, because we know this online space, it's amazing. People could be watching this in days, weeks, years to come. So if you're watching it live or the replay, welcome, and we trust that you're going to get a whole lot of value out of today's topic. So my name is Terry Nicholson. I'm coming to you from the east coast of Australia. It's a beautiful sunny day here. For me, it's morning time. For the rest of the folk, it's like the day before in the evening. So I'm a mum of 3 kids, and just passionate about the environment. I'm a singer-songwriter about personal development, healing work, and about helping people live vibrant lives, including making an income out of what they're passionate about. So that's kind of where I'm coming from, and just I'm thrilled to work from home on my laptop with my kids, able to just, do their thing as well. So today's topic is about, if you saw the little post on Facebook or somewhere, it's about what do you do when you want to quit. So we're going to be exploring this in some depth. I'm really excited because it's a profound topic, because, it can be a thing where you stick with going for your dreams, or you give up and you don't, and very different paths in life. So it's a really important topic, and we're really thrilled to share our thoughts and insights on this one. But before I do, I want to just turn it over to the panel, because we're part of a tribe. We're part of we all have our own businesses, but we're not alone. So this is just part of our tribe, that we come together to give value, to share great stuff with with the online space that you take off into your lives, in your offline life, and also to mastermind. So we'll be closing this down after our live training and doing our mastermind. But this is live for everyone out there, public. So I'm going to turn it over to the other women on the panel, just to say g'day, introduce yourselves, let us know where you're from, and maybe one thing you're passionate about. So I'm just going to go from my left. So over to you, Carol. Oh, you're muted.
Thank you. I say good day, lovelies. I'm learning to speak Australian. My name is Carol Makowski. I'm in business with my spouse, Ellie Walsh, who is at the other end of the house. And what am I passionate about? I'm passionate about living a fracking-free life, and helping other people, other baby boomers, to reach their dreams, and be it start their own business or get in touch with their own passions, whatever it might be. So I will stop there. Good to have you here. Can't wait for the topic to get started.
Awesome. Awesome, Carol. And I'm right there with you on the fracking free, communities. It's a really powerful passion. Over to you, Catherine.
Hello, everybody. It's Catherine from sunny California, and I'm a mom of 2 boys, and I love this lifestyle where I can just take my laptop anywhere, or if I need to go somewhere, I can take it with me. And I love the team that I'm on, and they're all helping me, and we're helping each other. And I have lots of passion, so I really can't go into them because I have too many for right now. So I can't wait to hear what you have to say, Terry, and thank you.
Definitely nothing wrong with having too many passions. I love that. Okay, over to you, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie Walsh here, upstate New York, at the other end of the house from Carol. I'm here because my passion really is helping people step into their next best version of themselves. People step back into their dreams. So many people, and especially more boomers, I'm a boomer, they forget that. They forget that they even had a passion. So this is the right vehicle and absolutely the right community to be able to do that in. So I'm thrilled to be here and to be with all other side of the state here with some of these folks, and across the globe. So I'm great. It's great to be here. Thanks.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. I mean, that's what we're all in the process of stepping into the best versions of ourselves and inspiring and supporting other people to step into the best versions of themselves, whatever, that is unfolding like for them. So it's powerful. And Chris.
Yep, I'm here. Trying to figure out where to put this camera so I can actually look at you all. I'm Chris, and I'm from upstate New York, at the bottom of Cayuga Lake, which is the Finger Lakes. It's beautiful here. It's a bright, sunny day. And let's see, what are my passions? Oh, well, first I want to say that I'm very thankful to be here with such a wonderful group of women that have welcomed me from out of nowhere. I'm sort of an adopted whatever, and it's great. So I guess the main passion that's coming out for me right now is around food and eating healthy and having access to healthy food. I'm doing a lot of cooking things in the community and trying to help people to get access to food that don't necessarily have it. So, and I'm very passionate about starting a home-based business because I really believe that having your own business is the way that we can all become the people that we want to become and have the income that we want to have. So that's it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And I mean, I just love hearing, your passion for healthy food and also for, a home-based business or an online home-based business where you can, marry those two, blog, share about your passion, but have it, doing it in a way that can actually make you an income. So it's so powerful to that's literally what we're doing here. We're connecting in with what our passions are, our interests, what really lights us up, and supporting other people to find that inside themselves, and then take that online in a way that you can make an income from your passions. I mean, really, that's a bit of a nutshell of what we help people do. But anyway, let's just dive straight into this topic. So, what do you do when you want to quit? So we're going to be exploring, what helps us through those sticky moments when you kind of just want to give up on your dreams. And I'm sure we've all had those moments. And you listening right now, you will have had those moments in your life. And there will be some moments when you got through those. You got through that moment or those moments when you just backed right off from going for your dreams and you just thought, it's just too hard. And just let them go. There's other moments when you would have felt that, but gone, you know what? These dreams really do matter, and I'm gonna make it through. So that we'll all have both of those experiences at different points in our life for different dreams or different goals we're going for. So I want you now, I guess, to just recall some of those moments. Recall some of, a moment where you did let go of something you really felt strongly and passionate about, and maybe that doesn't sit well inside you. You feel like, I just really let go of something that was actually really important, and there might be some grief there, or some pain, or just this sense of letting yourself down, or letting others around you down. Whatever the feeling is, there'll be some pain around having quit on something that's really important to you. And then also call to mind a point where you've sort of had those doubts, but you've actually gone, no, it is important. And just draw on some of those memories of being able to step through and start bringing to mind what helped you in those moments to keep going even when it was tough. So I'm going to dive into some thoughts and some concepts. But you on the panel here, I'd love to invite you to come on out after I do that and just share some insights or share some experiences from your own lives, and just join in this discussion of what helps us move past these points where we want to quit, especially on our big dreams. Can you hear me okay? I've got so many birds in the background here. There's like rainbow lorikeets in the trees here that are just
Birds too.
they're really, really loud.
It's
You
cool.
can hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes it's so loud when we wake up. But I love that. I mean, I love hearing that kind of sound compared to traffic or something. So I'm definitely not complaining. All right, so one of the things that I find so valuable to remember around this topic is that we're made up of parts of ourselves. We're not just one self. We've got different parts. And so when you hit those sticky points, to remember, I'm just going to mute you, Kat, Chris, to remember that part of you that wants to give up, that's finding it all too overwhelming, too hard, whatever it is, that part of you is feeling, that's only a part of you. Because when we get to that point when we're just like up to here and we're like, I just can't do this anymore, even if it's something that really, really matters to us, it feels like that's all there is. It feels like that's the only voice that we're listening to or that we can hear. It's like that's just the truth, and we're going, okay, I've just got to stop, or whatever it is. So I find it so valuable, and I want to, encourage you to explore this, is to develop that observer self, where you can step back from your own, beliefs and stories that are running enough to go, okay, that part of me that wants to quit, that's just a part. And hear its story, hear what it has to say, hear its fears, give it some attention. It's obviously screaming for attention because it's taking up all your headspace. Give it some attention, maybe even journal, like write down what it has to say, what its fears are, what its story is. And then be able to look at it outside of yourself, get that little bit of distance to go, okay, that's not actually me, that's a part of me, but it's not all of me. And then be able to turn and go looking, for other parts of yourself, and you'll find that there's this other part maybe that is so deeply connected with those dreams or goals or what you really are moving towards or wanting to move towards, that is so pure and so powerful and so just wanting to flourish that to connect with that will give you amazing strength to make it through that sticky bit, to increase your connection with that part of yourself that deeply longs for and knows the benefits of whatever that goal is that you're going for. And then to draw on other parts of yourself to support that connection. So maybe there's a nurturer part of yourself that goes, I'm not going to give up, but maybe I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to go and do something really nurturing for myself and just take the pressure off, and just call on that nurturing part of yourself to give yourself some love. There will be all sorts of different parts of yourself that you can call on to support moving through your dreams. Maybe it's just a strategic, really analytical kind of part of you that sits down and go, okay, rather than giving over to this overwhelm that just wants to completely quit, I'm going to sit down and just do a brain down, nut out all the things that that are part of this puzzle of reaching this goal, this dream. Just do a brain dump of it, of all the bits and pieces, and then be able to sort of see them, prioritize them, break them down into small bite-sized pieces that are no longer completely overwhelming. So I just find that process of differentiating enough to step back from the part that just wants to give up and connect with these other parts of yourself is so powerful, so powerful. Is this making sense so far, people on the panel? Or if we're on the live page, just if there's any comments, if you're listening and you're live, please drop some comments or some questions, or this can be interactive, so don't feel like you need to just sit back and listen if you've got something to add to this discussion. But is this making sense so far? I'm getting thumbs. So
I have a question, Terry.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Is the brain dump around the thing that's bothering you, or just all of the different parts of your life, so that you can sort out which one is bothering you? I mean, I can see value in doing both.
I think it could be both. I think sometimes when we hit a point of overwhelm, when we're going to just about, give up on a certain dream, it can be not just that particular going for that dream is important, but it's all the other factors of our life that are sort of adding up and piling up, and we're just feeling overwhelmed, and we think, oh, if I just let go of that one, my life will be easier. But that's letting go of a really core dream, potentially, that, is going to just not bring you to a fulfilling life if you really do let go. So yeah, I think the brain dump can be literally just getting out of your head all the things that you're trying to keep track of in your life, but then strategically and specifically to that goal, doing a separate brain dump of all the parts. It might be something to do with your business, and wanting to create that freedom and having that vision of having that freedom lifestyle. There's effort and new things to learn, and just things to implement, and whatever it could be parts of yourself that you're fearful of putting yourself out there, whatever it is, that are more specific to the goal itself, and nutting out, just, okay, I need to set up this landing page, do this video, just break it right down into the little nuts and bolts that you go, okay, I'm just going to do this one thing today, and everything's just going to, just fall away from being completely overwhelming. Does that answer the question?
Yes.
So I think both. I think both is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have another comment.
Great.
I've been reading Brendon Burchard's book, Something Manifesto. I can't remember what the first part of it is. Anyway, it's been really enlightening. And the thing that I'm learning is that a lot of times we give up on things because we're afraid. And we're afraid because it's, taking us out of our comfort zone, and we're trying to very often protect our ego for whatever reason. So for me, particularly, it's been a thing of having to do so many things that I'm not used to doing on a daily basis that it kind of gets overwhelming. So I really see the value in doing both of those brain dumps, because I almost have to separate life into, okay, I have to do this today that I'm not used to doing, and it all has to get done. But then I have to do this over here for my business today, which I'm not used to doing, and if I don't write it down, then I'm going to forget a piece of it. So, and I'm just very curious, and I love learning, so I'm always trying to learn everything, and I really am realizing that I need to figure out what it is that I need to learn first and do that first, and then, add on to the next thing, and stay consistent with it long enough so that I can actually start practicing it before I start learning something else to add into it.
Yeah, I think that's just such a great point. Ellie's going,
yeah,
because it's something, especially with this online space, and having an online business or just sharing a message online, there can be so much to learn. Like, each different social media platform is a whole different, thing, and it can feel like, oh, I'm trying to learn everything at once, and it's just totally overwhelming, and each might be a bit out of your comfort zone. So I think that's fantastic, really important for this topic as well, of getting through those points when you could quit, because you can go, oh, it's just all too overwhelming, I'm just going to let go of it all. But you go, no, I'm going to choose one thing I'm learning, and I'm going to implement it, and I'm going to get the results from implementing it, and I'm going to get familiar and comfortable enough that it's no longer, feels, an overwhelming thing. It's like, like a while ago, jumping on Hangout, it would have felt really scary, opening up the Hangout, setting up this Google Hangout page and starting the Hangout and sharing, and now it just feels like, it doesn't feel stressful. It doesn't feel scary. It feels like I'm here to share some of my insights and experience, and know that that will touch lives. And you know, that's what we're all here doing, and it becomes more, you know, just this little example becomes more comfortable and easier, but it's just breaking that down and doing that enough to feel like, yeah, I got this Hangout thing. It's easy to set up, it's easy to do, but if you haven't, it feels completely overwhelming. Yeah.
Tell me about it. Spent the whole weekend trying to figure it out. And the strange thing is that none of the stuff that I was doing is what I did today to get on here. Go figure. I can set up my own Hangout. I can talk to you on the Hangout from here to there, no problem. But it's a totally different process than pushing the button that you put in the Facebook thing to actually bring this up to get on. I'm looking all over my computer for software that I'm supposed to be plugging something into to get on this Hangout. And all I had to do,
you know what we'll do? Then after we've finished this topic and we break for our mastermind, let's just make sure you know, we can just make sure you've got that bit of information down. I mean, that's what the beauty of, you know, being a tribe is, that we, you know, we help each other out with some technical stuff if we, you know, if we hit a little roadblock. So it's not like, oh my God, I'm going to give up. It's just like, okay, I need a bit of extra information, and we're here to support that. So, but yeah, great topic. So I think with the fear as well, bringing up that issue around fear, it's the Motivation Manifesto by Brendan Burchard. Powerful book. So if you're out there listening, get that book and read it. This is so powerful.
It is so good.
I think with fear, you know, I really see it as a measure of actually that I'm going for my dreams often, because it's a really normal process that as we step towards our dreams, it requires change. If we're wanting to create something that we're not living yet, or step more into something, it means change, and often change can be scary. And as you start taking action, it can be okay if you've just got the idea, you don't have the fear come up, but as soon as you start taking action, that's when the fears will pop up. Maybe your vulnerable child self, or the ego stuff, or fear of loss, or fear of failure, or even fear of success. I mean, it can be a whole mix of different things. But some people at that point go, oh, okay, I'm on the wrong track. I'm getting all this doubt, I'm getting all these fears, I'm feeling anxious, you know, and they'll go, oh, I must be on the wrong path. I'll let go of that dream and I'll go and do this. That doesn't really fulfill my heart, but it doesn't bring up these feelings for me. And so what I want to say to you listening now is that sometimes those fears and doubts flaring up are the exact measure or proof that you're actually on the right path.
Yeah.
Because if you're not taking the actions and actually, you know, push your boundaries, or push your comfort zones, and you know, taking some risks of creating a different life for yourself, then you know, often you're just staying inside your comfort zone and you're not stepping towards your dreams. So, you know, for me, when I see those things flare up, I'm like, okay, I'm going to just really activate that observer self and look at what's going on here, and listen to those parts of me that are scared or fearful. But sometimes all they need is a bit of reassurance to say, you know what, I've got these other parts of me that have really got a solid plan, and the passion to see this through, and the support, the community, you know, like it just these other parts that are fearful of, like, you know, whatever they're fearful of, just need some reassurance sometimes, and for you to take the reins in some other parts of yourself to go, I'm going to go through and past this fear, acknowledging it, but not giving it the weight that it chooses my decisions and lets me let go of my dreams that really deeply matter, not just to me, but to my loved ones, to the earth, to my big vision stuff, you know. So whatever that is for you, you know, that'll be your why you're doing it. And to look at not only, you know, what will you be gaining if you do go and keep going through that wanting to quit moment. But what will you be losing if you don't do that? And that both of those things are so powerful to really take that moment when you want to quit and go, what really, if I don't move through this, what will my life look like in another year, in another 5 years, in another 10 years, if I don't move towards this dream and move past these points when I want to just give up? You know, it may not be the kind of fulfilling life that you want to live. So drawing on that pain to motivate you to find a way to navigate through those points is really powerful. So I'm going to pause here. I've been raving for a while because I'd love to hear any other thoughts from you women. And if you're on the page live, please feel free to leave us a comment or, you know, chip in with your 2 cents. So over to any of you who want to just jump out and share.
I will.
Share, reflect.
I will. Hi, I'm Catherine, and yeah, I've quit many times in my life, and it hasn't been very good. But finally, I've at the point with these women that's helped me keep going after there are some times when I've wanted to kind of quit, but then I think of my teammates, and it's helped me a lot. Especially this team that I've been on, because I was lurking for a long time, and then finally I jumped in, and they've really helped me a lot, and I think I've been doing a lot better now that I've been with this team. I can even tell now myself that I seem to be getting a lot better. So, and so this team's really helped me not want to quit. I mean, of course, there's always been times when I say, but then I think about all these people, and it's just helped me to get back up. So that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, that's the power of community, huh? I just wanted to share a comment that's in the chat from Raymond, who says that pain is temporary and quitting is permanent. Very well stated, I thought. For myself, Catherine, I can certainly relate to what you're saying, and Ellie knows this for sure, especially around the technical issues. I would come sometimes pulling my hair out, ranting and raving, and saying, that's it, I've had it, I quit. But of course, I don't mean it. I'm committed to this come hell or high water, so I'm in here for the long haul. But yeah, sometimes you do feel that way. And interestingly enough, I just picked up a new book called The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster by the heck is his name? Darren Hardy. And he says that about 95% of this work is trying, to say the least, and 5% of it allows you to connect with your passion. I wouldn't quite agree with his percentages, but I do agree with the fact that, yeah, there certainly are times when it can test a person. But hang in there.
Yeah, well, I love that quote. Success is not necessarily convenient, but neither is struggling or being broke or whatever your other definition is. But I just love that because it's like, yeah, being successful and really stepping into creating, you know, your dreams. You move through so many moments, and so, you know, it's a journey. It's an absolute journey, and it's not necessarily convenient to, you know, sit down and do what needs to be done. But keeping that vision, keeping that, well, I guess that sense of perspective that it is a journey, and to just know that, yeah, creating your dreams is going to be, it's going to bring up all your fears, and it's going to be hard work, and that's just a given. But it's still worth it. It's still totally worth it. The benefits way outweigh the inconvenience, you know. So there's some thoughts and things to ponder, and I also wanted to echo what Catherine says around the community and accountability specifically. I mean, when you have you a sense of community and accountability, especially, I mean, accountability partners is another powerful way to get through those times when you want to quit. That you kind of got each other's back, that you can say, hey, I believe in you, you can make it through this time. Just, do something nurturing for yourself, break it down into the specific steps, one at a time, and, give that support and encouragement, because that's powerful, and that you can give that to someone else when they hit their moment of going, oh my God, this is too hard. And this might not just be in your business. I mean, we're kind of talking about it more in a business-related sense here, but it could be in a relationship or in a particular, goal or passion or cause that you're working towards in your life. It doesn't have to be just business. This is relevant across the board, yeah? So I hope that some of these things we've shared have, sparked some thoughts in your mind about how acknowledging what you already do to make it through those sticky points, and also things you might not have thought of that you will engage with now. So we'll wrap it up in a few minutes. I just wanted to share one more story and see if these women want to share any sort of, even like just a gem of something that's helped you get through, like a really gem. But I was recently over in the States, and I went walking up in Red Rock Canyon on my own. I got to meet these women in person and hug after 2 years of knowing them online, and a really deep sense of friendship, community. It was amazing, wasn't it? It was amazing to finally meet in person. It was so powerful. But I went walking one day. I went away from where we were staying, and I drove up into Red Rock Canyon National Park, and I did a 10-kilometer, I don't know what that is in miles, but a 10K walk, and it was 45-degree heat, which is, 105, 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And I hit that point where I was, it felt like one of those journeys where you go through something and it echoes right through your life. So I was going on this walk. I was on my own, completely surrounded by this desert mountains, so different. I'd come from the rainforest, so these were this wide open desert mountainous landscape. It's stinking hot, and I found myself having to pause and go, do I actually want to do this big long walk? Do I actually want to do this? It's really, really hot. I'm tired. Rah-de-rah-de-rah. I had all these things going around in my head, and I just kept finding myself, I'd just find a little tree and I'd just sit down and take a pause, take a few breaths, reconnect with myself, and then I'd look up ahead and go, I'm going to get to that point, and then I'll have another little break, and I'd just focus, and I'd get there. I'd have another little break. And in between getting there, I'd go through my things of oh, gee, it's so hot. I'm only this far into it, and I'm going to go right around this whole long loop, and I'm out here on my own. But yeah, I just found myself reflecting so much on business, the parallels of how, you can get to a certain point, and it's fine to just take a breath, refocus, set the next smaller goal, focus, get there. So that rather than it's one big quitting thing, you're just I'm going on the journey, and I'm identifying each step I need to get to, and I'm just taking that one step at a time, and I can take little breathers when I need to. That's cool. But yeah, I really felt like it was a real reflection of of my life in my business, going for that little walk. It had some really big light bulbs for me, actually sort of physically pushing myself through that walk. And it was stunning. It was so worth it, so beautiful, so heart connecting, just so. Anyone else want to share something before we wrap this topic up and we do our closed door mastermind from here?
Well, that's perfect what you just said. And that's lots of times what people do to themselves. You set yourself up for failure because you have this huge goal, which is wonderful. It's wonderful. but then you've got to break it down. And what you were just talking about is you break it down piece by piece, because you need to start to see. You do want to see evidence. If you break it down in little chunks, like I got to that point now. Okay, all right. This is hard. Oh, wait a minute, I think I can do it. I'll go to the next point. And that's what this is all about. You know, and that quote you were saying, Carol, about, you know, or what that man said about entrepreneurs, I would not doubt that 95% of it's trying. What you're doing is you're trying because you are going against the status quo. So you got to get okay with trying. You know, to me, that's about expanding. I'm like good with that. Now, I'm really freaking stubborn. So if I say I'm doing this, I'm freaking doing it, okay? I'm going to find a way to do it. So, and so that really, you know, works for me. And Chris answered her question and so many more people's questions. You know, you've got to take this, and really it's back to what you're saying too. It's one piece at a time, it's one goal at a time, and it's one piece at a time. I'm going to learn this and implement this. And I'm going to get to that point by doing it. And then I'm going to go on to the next. When you go in and, you know, people are, you know, 3 months or 3 weeks or, you know, they're like, oh, it's not working. And it's like, you're scattered. You're not focused. So it's working. You're expanding. If you're expanding, it's always working. So this was a great topic. Thank you.
Awesome, Ellie. Totally agree. Totally agree, because it's like who you are becoming in the process of reaching your goals. Yeah, it's who you are becoming. Yeah. So we're going to wrap this up now. Thank you so much for watching, whether you are live or whether you're on the replay. Really appreciate, you know, you coming and listening and taking away whatever gems you take away from today's topic into your life that ripple out into the decisions you make, whether you know, continue to move towards your dreams and have, you know, a few more just like ideas and tools in your toolkit for moving towards your dreams. That's what we want from you today, for you to have taken away today. So there's a link underneath our video. If you want to find out more about what we are doing, you know, how we are connecting with our passions, taking that online, making an income from home, from our laptops, you know, there's a button under there. You can get plugged into the community, plugged into the support. Maybe you have an existing business that you're wanting to take online. Maybe you don't have a business yet and you're wanting to start your own business. Maybe you just have a passion, a cause. You know, I'm really passionate about environmental issues, like, you know, Carol's talking about fracking. It's a big one we're facing here in Australia. But maybe you have a passion or a cause that you're wanting to spread the message about and want to know how to market or share that effectively online. You know, whatever it is, we have a space here for you to step into that more fully with the education, the training, the vehicle, and the support. So we'd love for you to join us on the inside. Join us for our masterminds that happen after we close down this. You know, you'd be welcome to join us and just be part of that tribe and movement. So wrap it up. We'll have an awesome day, everyone out there, and we'll see you back here next week, same time. We do these live ones every week. So we'd love to see you again, and click that button if you're interested. Have an awesome day out there. Bye, everyone.